That's quite some door, all right. This might finally be it. The heart of the beast.
We'll find the Renis Alma and the Red Woman inside, right?
Hoffentlich.
After
Ja, stimmt
everything
nicht.
we've been through to get here, they damn well better be.
We'll probably be needing you to open this one for us, Sovereign.
Go for it, Alphen.
This is it, guys. Time to see what secrets are in store.
Und dabei haben wir schon einiges an Geheimnissen aufgedeckt. Und sieht da hinten an dem Ding dran das Wappen der Jungfrau an dem Gegenstand, also was Altar oder whatever das auch sein soll?
We're a long way from the residential quarters now. It looks completely different.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, this place, it reminds me more of being back inside the wedge.
Except the Danon astral energy feels even stronger here.
In a portion of the city reserved purely for the Renin Sovereign.
Maybe he just has strange tastes?
I doubt that.
This place looks like it has been here for quite some time now. If its design were a matter of personal preference, we would be talking from centuries ago. Or perhaps even further back. Still, this isn't the sort of decadence of taste spoken of in artistic circles. So what is it then?
Hold up, decadence? Artistic circles?
When a preference is indulged to its extreme, it descends into kitsch, eccentricity for the sake of it. I'd be happy to illuminate you further.
That depends. Does it involve you buying me lunch?
The void that art fills isn't the stomach, it's the soul.
In that case, I'll let you know the next time my soul starts to rumble.
Now all we need is something to fill up the void inside your head. Shut up!
Sehr schön. Lo schafft es auch jedes Mal, sich irgendwie ein bisschen drauf anzumachen.
Volron! He really was still alive.
And there's the Renis Alma. Then, is this another spirit channeling ceremony?
Wait, though. Something doesn't seem right here.
Oh, once more, the powers must be united. Born from the fires of chaos, the world does seek its rightful state. All must be sacrificed in the heart of Rena, at the shrine of the true
Ich finde schade, dass da keine Unterschiede dazu sind.
What has happened to him? He's lost himself, reduced to a mere cog in the machine.
Hey, look! Over there!
Isn't that the Maiden's crest?
Can it be that this entire chamber is meant to act as a substitute for the Maiden?
It looks like it's still running, but are we already too late to stop the ceremony?
If that's what caused Lenegis' transformation, then the purpose of the ceremony must have been to drain all the astral energy out of Dana.
But for what purpose? What could possibly need astral energy on that sort of scale?
I don't know. But whatever it is, I'll bet it's connected to those visions of oblivion. Regardless, we cannot stand by and let them steal Dana's energy. That said, we should retrieve the Renis Alma. Because right now, we need that most of all.
Mhm.
He's not gonna lunge at us out of nowhere, right?
Not the time, Law.
Alphen, look!
The Red Woman! So we finally found you. I have a lot of questions for you.
Wait!
What?
They all have the same face? How is that even possible?
Ja.
What is this?
Who the hell are they?
It can't be. Are they even people?
Anscheinend nicht.
It's hard to know for sure, but I think they're the true rulers of Renna.
They're not feeling particularly
Ich
tough.
finde sehr, dass wir immer noch rote Frau genannt werden.
we may as well be sitting just here.
Good point. Let's stop them before this gets out of hand.
Divine healing circle! Not in your dreams! Thank you!
Now you see what I can do.
Freezing storm! Divine!
Your arm.
Hit! Here's another! Charger bullseye! Blah blah blah! Holy land! Blah blah blah! Came between heaven and earth!
You have to
First
hold
aid!
on.
A wailing banshee of light!
Bring you back from death's abyss.
On guard. Round and pound.
Die halten auch sehr viel aus. Der Kerl.
Here's a blah blah blah! Holy land! Far beyond the rocket sky! I call upon the shooting star! You get the gist. Divine savior! Here goes! One more! Blah blah blah!
I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare the Malisha. How about this?
Here's a ready!
Wenn so viel Damage denke ich mir nur relativ so wenig Damage mache. Will ich mal überlegen, ob ich doch vielleicht langsam mal Stat Booster einsetzen sollte.
Holy land! Bullseye! Far beyond the darkest skies! I call upon
Too much.
Here's the magic Kazam! Holy land! Lost, you get the gist. Shooting star! You get
No further.
Glacial
divine savior! Infernal crossing! Blah blah blah! Holy land!
glacial fire.
Go get him! Blah blah blah! Holy land! Blah 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 blah! Shooting star! You get the gist. Not on my watch!
Time to shine.
Divine streak! Blah blah blah! Holy
Think you can
land!
fly?
Hit that!
Wie der ist so. Oh wait, die scheren alle die Helfer. Stimmt, da war was.
Here's the close one! Take that! Blah blah blah! Holy land! Storm, you get the gist. Shooting star! Blah blah blah! Divine savior!
Sorry, but this fight ends here. Just go faster.
Now, Asuna!
Right!
Ich würde es ja schön anzugucken. Auf Kanal.
Stay away from my friend.
Holy land! Storm, you get the gist. Shooting star! Blah blah blah! Divine streak! Glacial spear! Pierce evil! Freeze lancer!
Shield.
Ich glaube, ich werde mal versuchen, das damit Alpha zu machen, nachdem wir die Hälfte des Lebens runter haben.
One last one! Magic is in! Shooting star!
Shield and mace. I'm ready.
You're mine. Shockwave
Fire meteor! Go get it! Blah blah blah! Touch it! Shooting switch! Blah blah blah! Divine streak! You get the gist! Holy land! One last one! Going in!
double demon fire. You may be strong, but I'll never back down.
Illuminate the dark! Magic is in! Holy land! Far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon thee! Shooting star! You get the gist!
Here.
Shooting star! I never miss!
Now you see what I can do.
Take that! One last one!
Au.
You'll pay for that.
Soll gar nicht passen.
Blah 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 magic!
Take this.
Holy land! I concentration!
Ihr könnt auch gerne kurz mal auf euch einfach auf Dodgen fokussieren. Was war denn das? Nicht zu neu aggressiv. Ich habe mir im Kopf, wo man die schnell on Fight ändern konnte.
Stay away from my friend! Infernal turret!
Ach komm. Nein.
Not done yet!
A chain between heaven
Take
and
this!
earth. I'll heal you
No
all.
escape!
A wailing banshee of lightning.
Infernal turret! I could do without this pain!
Komm mal weg. Welche Attacke war es nochmal? Sturm, Blitz.
You're mine! And more than enough burn out! Dragon swarm! Try this! Explosive
Ja, das ist ja nicht schauen, oder?
A chain between heaven and earth.
Here I come! I'm not done!
You get the death. I'll bring you back from death's abyss. Resuscitation! Take it! One more! I won't give up! Just what the doctor ordered! Magic is there! Feel! I'll be saving you! A whirling struggle! Winds of heaven!
Machen wir so wie der Match.
I can do this all day!
Ah nee, das wird machen, funktioniert nicht so gut.
Holy land!
Oh, sehe ich das Magie-Spam wieder.
One more! Here's a blah blah blah! Holy land! Bullseye! Here's a healing orb! Blah blah blah! Shooting star! You get the gist! Divine Fist! Take care of Glacier Spear!
Couldn't make it in time.
I'll heal you all!
Ich bin ja nicht mal auf schwer, ich bin ja auf dem höchsten Schwierigkeitsgrad unbekannt, was ja nochmal ein DLC-Schwierigkeitsgrad ist. Au. Ich meine, mein Plan, sie halt mit Elfen halt einfach den HP-Balken zu richtig zu melden, funktioniert halt gerade nicht. Weil die mich doch nicht zu sehr mit Stuff zu spammen. Dementsprechend macht es lieber mit Winter. Funktioniert doch um einiges besser. Also mit Elfen zu machen ist halt immer High Risk, High Reward. Wurden wir jetzt ein bisschen weniger risky. Finally.
Commander of Heaven!
Sehr schön.
Surrender! Fighting is useless now!
Do you think it's really over?
Astral energy. Watch out! They've got something up their sleeve!
Suicide Bomb am Griff.
What? It's self-destructed?
Elfin!
I'm okay. Just a little roughed up.
You had me worried there.
Who said you could touch that?
Damn it! He's awake!
I should have thought as much.
So you know this place?
Naturally, it was built for me, after all.
Hmm.
We'll save that for another time. More pressing is how I'm going to tear you apart.
Even after all this time, you still insist on hating me?
You cut me down. Sovereign or not, you will pay for that.
You're obviously bluffing. You can't even move right now.
Really, is that what you think? Did you really think that such a petty device could hold me?
Are you going to claim it's because you're a ruler? Be it sovereigns or lords. In the end, they're all titles given by someone else.
Plus, what kind of ruler would spend all his time chasing Alf, who happens to be another sovereign?
Idle prattle. I proved my worth and the sovereign's powers were granted to me.
Were they really?
Wir haben noch Macht hungrig.
We already know the title of sovereign doesn't denote royalty. It is but an overblown codename for those with a designated part to play in these proceedings. You mentioned before that you were not the only one stolen from Dana, correct?
Yeah. There were countless. And every one of them besides me died.
All of those failed experiments, and they still kept going back to Dana. There must have been some vital reason their subject had to specifically be a Danan. Then there were the records we found in the library, for you and Volron. They were logged 300 years apart, and yet the data they took from you was exactly the same. Which leads us to a single conclusion.
Then you mean Voron was kidnapped just like Alphen? But then he became a
slave from Dana. Just like us. Isn't that right, Volron?
So he posed as a Renin and caused all that suffering to his own people?
How could you? If you knew the pain of being a slave, why would you inflict that upon others?
Renin and Dana are meaningless distinctions. Me and everyone else. That is all that matters. I will stand above all others and take what is rightfully mine, starting with this.
Oder nicht?
A red woman?
Another one?
Give your master back on Renna this message. No one makes a fool of me. Let them know I'll make them suffer.
Don't do
Natürlich
it!
können sie sehen sich.
It's too late. You can't stay here.
We need to go. Alphen!
Warum sieht die Plattform aus wie Herzen, by the way? Also die einzelnen Segmente, aus denen die Prügel gemacht ist.
go. But know I will be your shadow no matter where you try to run.
Let's go.
Never forget, I am the one who devours everything. Who answers to neither spirit nor man. My word is law. I am.
Ja, lass den Mund
Are you
verstehen,
two
woanders
okay?
aus.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Is Volron... Have we finally seen the last of him?
We can but hope.
Those red women. What the heck was their deal?
Could they be the ones behind all this? The same ones who put those soldiers in Faria in a trance?
What? Those brainless things? Either way, they've done a runner with the Renaissance. Damn it, that's the second time now!
Whatever's stolen from us, we'll steal it back. The future's ours to protect. And right now, those things are what's standing in our way. We can head them off at Rena.
Did you say Rena?
Volron mentioned a master of theirs holed up in the motherland somewhere.
If that monstrous form's their true identity, I shudder to think who they take orders from.
Yeah. There's a good chance it's not human. That's for sure.
Das werden wir sicher noch rausstellen.
So this thing
Ja,
over on
herausfinden.
Rena. That's what's really behind all this, huh?
They have the Renaissance in their grasp already, so it's unlikely they'll have cause to return to Dana. I agree that Rena's our best shot.
Then we're agreed. Let's head back to the starship.
But seriously, I was not expecting Volron to actually be here.
He seemed to care not one whit about Brennans or Danans.
Yeah, and not in a good way like with us.
I didn't see that coming about Volron. As for those red women, to think they were monsters all along.
Tell me about it. One minute they look perfectly human. Next thing you know, they're not actually human at all.
They definitely weren't Renan or Danan. I'm not even sure language would get through to them.
Ich habe die bisher nicht einmal reden
So
hören,
what
also
were
ja.
they then? Human Zoogle hybrids?
Is the most terrifying thing anyone said all day.
How about you, Shion? Dohalim? You ever seen anything like that before?
No, never. However, if they're the same as the Red Woman we've seen with Volron, I think it's safe for us to assume they understand our language at the very least.
I had just so much I wanted to ask them. About Rena, and Shion's thorns.
Unfortunately, they blew themselves up before we got the chance. Why would they do such a thing, though? To take us with them? Or in order to keep something hidden?
Both sound plausible to my ears. They took off with the Renaissance too, remember?
Yeah, they did. And the next time we meet them, we're going to make sure they tell us everything they know.
Hoffentlich. Ja, und überlegt, kannst du mich einfach raus teleportieren, weil es wird komisch, da unter durchzurennen. Nein, kann ich anscheinend nicht. Dann laufen. Dann laufen wir halt. Aber halt muss man irgendwann die ganzen Monster vorbeischleichen. Nicht. Schon wieder das Video stoppen. Oh, immerhin, ich darf mich hier nochmal heilen. Immerhin, danke dafür. vorbei. Nein.
No choice.
Anything in order is hard. Go get him! Blah, blah, blah. Holy land! You get the gist.
I won't show you any mercy.
You get the gist.
Ignite.
Shooting star! It's weakened.
No further. This ends now.
I'll take you all on.
Ich wollte gerade einen Flagge machen. Okay, lässt mich noch.
Consider yourself finished.
Here's a healing art.
Leave the ensnaring to me.
In an instant. Impact clock.
Remember to tell me if you need healing.
I expect you'll be in high demand if that's the case.
Ich an euch vorbei. Ich trigger den mal, teste es mal. Ja, so funktioniert's. Okay. Relativ gut ohne Kämpfe durchgekommen. Also fast, oder?
What the? When did it get pitch dark all of a sudden?
The lights are all out. Think it has something to do with the explosion back in the Forbidden Zone? Doe?
You two.
Faria, Avakir. Thank goodness you're safe.
Avakir filled me in about everything. About how I ambushed you all.
She doesn't remember a thing, so she really was being controlled.
He told me about Tarnigan, too. Is it true?
What difference does it make? What's done is done.
Stop casting me off, just for once!
Faria, not now. It can wait. Dohalim, Lenegus is in grave peril.
So I can see.
It's the city's core reactor. It's damaged. Some of the basic systems we've managed to keep online, but complete restoration's still a way off.
You're an elite technician, though. You can fix it, right?
If so, then what's the problem?
Panic's begun to set in among the citizens. Until now, whenever something like this happened, the Sovereign would issue a decree. But this time, not so much as a peep. Any longer, and we run the risk of riots breaking out before we can get things back up and running.
Forget the Sovereign. I doubt you'll be hearing from him anytime soon.
What's that supposed to mean? Do you know something I don't?
Wir wissen viel mehr, als
Suffice it
was
to
du
say, the
hörst.
Sovereign isn't the kind of ruler we thought he was. That is, if he ever even existed, which is looking doubtful at this stage.
Are you out of your mind? Why, if people knew that a lord such as yourself was whispering such blasphemy, they'd...
There's no time to explain now. It sounds like we need to find a way to keep Lenegus from spiraling out of control.
We need to stop that riot.
But how do we do that?
Riots feed on discontent and unrest, right? So if we want to keep the peace, we just need to put people's minds at ease.
At ease? Like by letting them hear directly from someone they trust. That's it. Who's the highest-ranking person in Lenegus right now?
Well,
Lenegus wouldn't have a next in line. After all, you said the Sovereign rules over everyone directly, right?
Correct. The closest thing to an authority figure would be a lord. And the only one left is... Ah, very well then.
du Dohalim.
Avakir, you mentioned a few facilities were still online. Which ones?
Why hasn't the Sovereign said anything?
Please, won't somebody explain what's going on?
Is it over? What's going to happen to all of us? Heed me now, fellow Renans of Lenegus. It is I, Lord Dohalim Ilkaris of Eldamenencia.
Look, up there! It's Lord Dohalim!
Yes, it's pre-rendered.
He should be in the crown contest. Shouldn't he? Why isn't the Sovereign talking to us?
The Sovereign is seeing to other matters right now. In my capacity as Lord, I speak to you in his stead. You're afraid, as people so often are when faced with the unknown. I hope you'll allow me to put your fears to rest. The city's core reactor has experienced a malfunction. However, we have our top engineers attending to the matter, and things will soon be back to normal. I know that you feel abandoned, perhaps more scared and alone than ever before. But I ask you all to keep one thing in mind. You are Lenegus, not the Lords and Sovereign. The solidarity of its citizens is the mortar that holds it together. If we don't allow ourselves to be distracted by our differences, if we put our hearts and minds together and stand as one, I am confident we will find new hope. I would be honored to stand with you. Not as a person of loftier rank, but as another human being among many. I hope that you'll lend me your strength, for if we can persevere as one, I know a bright tomorrow awaits.
Gutes Timing.
Your speech seems to have done the trick. Looks like the city won't be descending into chaos after all.
I only pray the relief will tide the city over for the time being.
What you said earlier, about the Sovereign possibly not even existing, was it true?
It's still too premature to say with any certainty, but I believe so. This whole time, this world we've been fed was a lie, built on nothing but falsehoods.
But it can't all have been...
I can believe it. After everything I saw in the Forbidden Zone, what they did to Faria, it's the only explanation that makes sense.
But what about hierarchy, Avakir? Authority? The very foundations of Renan society? How can we live without someone to guide us?
I'd say we found someone capable of doing just that, wouldn't you?
You? You can't be serious.
I have business I must take care of first. But once everything is over, I shall return. But not as your sovereign, nor as a leader the likes of which the people here are used to, I think.
But how else do you propose to rule?
I'm not sure yet. All I have is a feeling that here in Lenegus, a new dawn is on the verge of breaking. One in which people won't be judged by birthright or on the power of their astral arts, but on other things. More important things. Things like, oh, I don't know, musical talent, for example.
When I bumped into you after all those years, I said you were no different. But I was wrong. Truth is, you were always different. I feel like maybe now I can finally begin to accept Turnagain's death. To see a future.
You go finish whatever it is you've got to do. I'll hold down the fort here in Lenegus till you get back.
Thank you.
I guess you're not going to make it to Menencia for the foreseeable future, huh?
Indeed. Forgive me.
The people of Eldamenencia can look after themselves just fine. It's the ones here on Lenegus who need someone to guide them. Besides, with you leading the people here, it'll help spread the idea of coexistence beyond Menencia's borders that much faster.
Sounds like you're in it for the long haul.
How could I not be, after the second chance that I've been granted? From this day forth, I shall dedicate myself to the future inhabitants of this world. Though the memories of the departed shall remain forever in my heart.
Remember, you're going to be leading the people here, not ruling them.
True enough. Whatever would I do without you, Kisara?
With or without her, I suspect you're gonna have your hands full when the time comes.
Yep, das wurde
We should be
wahrscheinlich
heading
schauen.
back to the ship. Business on Renna awaits.
Er hat wirklich viel Arbeit vor sich, nachdem wir mit dem ganzen Spaß durch sind. Aber ich denke mal, wir gute Unterstützung kriegen von den Rest der Party und anderen.
Looks like the people of Lenegis can rest easy.
I couldn't have done it without your words of encouragement, Law.
Hey, you're the one who made the speech.
I think everybody can share the credit here.
In one sense, when all is said and done, perhaps I have been a slave this whole time too.
You, a Renan lord? How do you figure that exactly?
I was complicit in the Renan system, bound by its values, resigned to being swept along, without the resolve to take a stand. And when I realized the severity of my mistake, all I longed for was punishment. A lord. And yet my first instinct was to place my fate in the hands of others.
I think I can relate. I couldn't stand watching my people bow and scrape their way through life, but I didn't know what else I could do about it either. The ability to think for yourself and be your own master. That's what separates a slave from a free person. At least, that's what Law's dad Zephyr used to say. Zephyr taught me how to fight. But in doing so, he also taught me how to live.
Even if it means stumbling along the way. If it's on a road of our own choosing, free of regret. Why, that's the road of freedom. Or, to put it another way, so long as his heart is compromised, even the loftiest of kings is no freer than a slave. I think I finally understand now. This Zephyr character sounds like he was a wise man indeed. I only wish I could have met him.
There's just so much I wish I could ask him, especially now. I wonder, have I been correctly carrying on the torch that he passed to me?
Oh ja, das hast du. Also würde ich zumindest sagen, das hat Elven gut hinbekommen.
How long have you known?
Known what?
About the darkness I carry inside me. You seem to have been aware of it for quite some time now.
Why ask me now? What does it matter?
Ich glaube, sie wusste es irgendwie schon immer.
Yes, I have. I've pretty much known that something was gnawing at you ever since we left Menancia.
So basically since the very start of our journey then. Just when I thought I couldn't feel more ashamed.
Leave the past where it belongs. We have no need for it now. You're forging ahead. That's what matters. If my brother could see you, he'd be proud.
Not as proud as he would be of his sister, I'm sure.
Well then, just as well it's not a competition, huh?
Und wie geht's jetzt kommen noch?
Kisara? Anyone at home in there?
Sorry. Did I look distracted?
Among other things. To be entirely honest, I couldn't tell whether you were smiling or frowning.
You were thinking about Dohalim, weren't you?
That obvious, huh? I was just thinking how good it is to see him moving forward at last. It was always so infuriating, knowing how capable he could be if he just put his mind to it. A prisoner trapped in a cage of his own self-doubt. But now, he's finally beginning to spread his wings. I'm happy for him.
So, then why do you look so sad?
Oh, I don't know if I'd say sad. There's a bittersweetness to it, I guess. It's good and strange, knowing that he won't be needing me anymore.
Aww.
It probably sounds weird, doesn't it? I have this massive worry off my mind. I should be jumping up and down for joy, right?
Must be that maternal instinct of yours at work.
Rinwell's right. You're like a mother bird, finally letting go as her child takes his first shaking and nervous flight from the nest.
Sie ist immer noch der Mutter der Party. Das wird sie
A
auch immer
pretty
bleiben.
big child.
That's one way to look at it. I wouldn't like to see Dohalim's face if he heard you say that. All this has made me realize I can't allow myself to become a prisoner of my own making like he was. If Dohalim can forge his own path ahead, then I can too. I won't be left behind.
Gut. Ja. Ich kann überlegen, gab es jetzt Cycles? Nee. Gut. Dann auch zum Schiff. Dürfen wir immer nur noch leider laufen, wir dürfen uns auch nicht teleportieren, warum auch immer. Also laufen wir. Aber ich muss sagen, ich mag diesen Punkt der Story, weil der auch halt wirklich ein sehr schönes Character Development für Dohalim ist. Und allgemein Dohalim ist eigentlich ein sehr cooler Character im ganzen Game. Aber jetzt auch ein bisschen, aber ein bisschen happy, ich meine, wieder zu sehen, wo er endlich sagt, ja, langsam hat er auch wieder ein bisschen mehr Selbstbewusstsein, was das Ganze angeht. Und zweifelt halt nicht mehr die ganze Zeit an sich. Passt nicht so zu Dohalim. So. Auch nach Renner. Hab ich kaum so drauf geachtet, aber man hat hier echt einen schönen Blick auf Renner. Sieht schon cool aus.